Welcome. You are at the CCC.
Where there are no outside issues. My name's Anthony. I'm an addict and an alcoholic, another bozo on the bus, and I care about you.
Yes, and I'm LouiLou. My pronouns are he and him, and I'm recovering for crystal meth and alcohol, and I am always in search of balance.
And I'm Jordan, an addict, and always a third wheel to this relationship.
That's true.
Right on. And each week we strive to foster a brave space where we can engage in conversations centered around topics of recovery.
And our intention is to hold and inspire better spaces for more people in recovery by tackling issues sometimes used to separate us.
Yes, but before we do that, please like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Subscribe. Da, 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 da.
5 stars.
5 stars.
Absolutely.
Say nice things
rate
about
this
us.
motherfucker.
Rate this motherfucker. Another disclaimer, the thoughts and opinions expressed on at the CCC are as alone. We do not represent anyone but ourselves. In other words, we're just a couple of friends behind a mic here to entertain you. And of course, everything we talk about is for general information purposes only.
Of course.
Of course.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Good to see you both.
I know. How's it going?
Pretty good. I'm a little sleepy today, but what's new?
Not much. I mean, work.
Work.
Just paying bills.
Just paying bills. You pay bills, Jordan?
I do. On time, too. Check my credit score.
Hey. Absolutely.
Don't come for me.
Oh my goodness.
Anything new with either one of you?
So my drag persona is hosting this coming weekend. It's like it won't fall. Obviously, this is going to be well after this episode airs. But Living Sober is hosting a Jello wrestling.
No way.
Yeah.
Wait, who's wrestling? And that sounds like a issue of liability.
I heard they're going to work that out. But I heard that there was a lot of they have at least 18 wrestlers, and then it's going to be chaos because they've got a bunch of other things planned too, and it's supposed to be a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward. Honestly, every time that I agree to do something, I was telling you guys this at Orphan Andy's. As I get closer to it, I'm on. Why did I say yes? But it's third step. And it's great. They're very organized. The fundraising group for Living Sober here, they've been thinking outside the box with a lot of their fundraisers.
Oh yeah, there's that one girl that is on I forget her name. She's fantastic.
Yeah, Jay or
she like dresses in like colors.
Oh, you're thinking of Lo, huh?
Yeah. She's great.
If you're listening and you don't know, we're talking about like members of Living Sober. It's a yearly conference. It's the oldest gay conference here in San Francisco.
Western
Roundup Living Sober.
Yeah, it's the oldest running gay conference in the country.
Exactly.
Possibly the world.
Crazy.
I'm going to say the world.
When's it happening this year?
It's happening August 22nd to the 23rd.
Okay.
We're gonna be doing an episode from there.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we do it every year.
Yeah, exactly.
And
this time I'll show up because I got COVID last year.
You did.
I got COVID last year, so they hijacked. It was like poor Anthony had to deal with people in their nonsensical.
It's crazy. But it was a great episode.
No, it worked out. Beautifully. It's like we need to be careful because we told them the topic was there are no outside issues like our tagline, but it's like it's amazing how people interpret that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%. Jordan.
My question is how much Jello is being made and who's making it?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think that.
And what flavors?
Oh God, I think
you're not eating the Jello, Jordan.
No, there probably will. It's like depending.
It's gonna get in your mouth.
Yeah.
Well, I think that it'll probably be a little more choreographed than you think. It's not just going to be like willy nilly, kind of like.
Oh, was that a teaser?
Huh?
Was that a teaser?
Willy-nilly?
Willy-nilly?
No. It's not going to be like what we were talking about earlier, how somebody shows up and instead of asking for consent, you just throw them in.
Shut up. Don't say that.
Oh, gosh.
You walked into that.
Oh, good grief. So today's episode is From Booze to Boys to Ben and Jerry's. Are we just switching addictions? Okay, so both of you, I want you to do something. Okay, I want you to complete this phrase. I might be sober, but I am not well, and then tell a story. Like a quick little anecdote. I might be sober, but I'm not well.
Why don't you go first?
Okay. I might be sober, but I'm not well because I don't know.
Remember switching addictions. Okay, here, I'll start. I'll start.
An example. Thank you.
I might be sober, but I'm not well because there have been times where like I love sugar and like I love eating food. I will wake up at 1 a.m. and order like 3 Slurpees, like 3 Slurpee drinks.
Oh,
That's crazy. I know.
So I might be sober, but I'm not well. But I have every 3 or 4 months, I have to get a handle on how much money I spend on online games.
Oh, I didn't know you
are a big gamer.
I don't gamble. I don't gamble, but I do. Like I'll be playing
Candy
my
Crush
games.
kind of
like,
games.
Exactly.
I don't gamble, but
I don't gamble. It's a different kind of gamble, but it's like I'm like, what the hell? No, yeah,
that's so funny. Jordan, go.
Okay, I'm not sober, but I'm sober, but I'm not well. Because caffeine probably is like my new.
Okay.
It is.
That's it. That's it. You chose the safe answer.
Yeah,
I know.
Folks listening, Jordan is being very coy at the table.
Exactly.
He just looked at us over his shoulder.
He looks at a lot of people over his shoulder.
Look back at it. Look back at it.
Okay, well, that was a great episode. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
So, jumping into today's topic. So, today we're talking about basically switching addictions, right? So, another way to be thinking about this is like substitute addiction or addiction transfer. And so, it's basically when a person stops one kind of compulsive behavior, but unconsciously seeks another to meet some like underlying need.
What are your thoughts? Okay,
control.
This is connected or not? But you know how
I could have swore I was talking.
Oh,
No, I'm fucking with you.
I thought you were wrapping it up. Okay, so no. This is really quick. Like, what are you like when you're in a meeting and I'm talking about 12-step, and you have somebody like raise their hand for that, like for the milestone, and it says, well, I'm 12 years off of this, I'm 13 years off that, I have 36 minutes on this or whatever, and the whole time I'm like, 36. I told him, well, I feel like what I have learned, and I probably, we learned that it's not what you do, it's why you do it.
Right.
And so it's interesting that, I understand, celebrate your accomplishments.
That's right.
Celebrate your accomplishments, but it's like also know that if, like with what we talked about, what makes us still a little sick, if I'm using that in the same way that I was using drugs and alcohol, then I don't know that I'm actually like healing in the way that I need to.
In addiction care, we in abstinence-based programs, we ask people to count days because what we're tracking is where the brain might be, right? Like, like if someone is within their first 30 days, we might be expecting that. Well, actually, post-acute withdrawal syndrome can last actually quite long. It can
6 months, huh?
From 6 to 2 years, actually.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, 6 to 2 years, right? And so that, that's one of the things that we're tracking is like, okay, where's someone's like brain kind of recalibration at this time? So that's why we use that time. But so yeah, like to your point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
So switching addictions, right?
Yeah.
What do you think is like the most natural things that people switch to?
Oh, sex and food.
Sex and food, exactly.
Sex and food, easy.
Like, because one thing that we do, like, we like our cake and our sweeties.
In both forms.
Sugar.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, exactly.
You're so tough.
Ain't nothing you ain't nothing but a hooch mama. Exactly. Somebody wrote in their gratitude list and they said they were grateful for fat asses. I'm on. Amen. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
But like, I remember when I was in rehab and they were saying like, eat whatever you want. Like,
yeah.
Like eat 20.
They say save your ass and worry about how big it gets later.
Oh, I've never heard that before.
Exactly. Yeah.
But like, it was always encouraged to eat. But then like, I know there's other folks who like now struggle with eating, right? To a point that's like not healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
So what point does that
I know that's exercise too. Like I've seen people dive in.
Man, I wish that was my addiction.
I know. Are you kidding?
Let me tell you something. My DoorDash bill, I'm paying someone's fucking rent right now. You know what I mean? Because I do like to be comfortable.
Absolutely.
I hate cooking for myself at this point.
So, is it?
Well,
go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, like, to your what you were saying earlier, is that research has shown for example, that addiction is often like a symptom of something deeper, right? But specifically around emotional regulation issues. So it's never just about like the substance itself.
Is it okay? So, and you'll probably talk about it, is it all negative? The idea of switching addictions, like when I stop drinking and using, and I take up sugar, or like I always tell myself, at least I'm not doing crystal meth.
I mean, you're not.
It's like harm reduction. Go back to the harm reduction. It's like I'm choosing the road less traveled by me.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like, it sometimes feels like a little bit of whack-a-mole, right? Because like when I was working on my dissertation, so between then and now I gained like somewhere in the ballpark of 60 pounds, and like
I went to your butt.
That comes up at least once every episode.
Exactly.
Fuck, and it always throws me off.
I'm sorry.
So well, I share.
For those of you guys that are listening, I'm rubbing his butt right now.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
So I ended up gaining 60 pounds. I share that not in like the spirit of kind of like making a comment on body shapes or anything, but because that's how I was regulating. Is that like I was like really stressed out and really anxious, and I would just like eat and eat and eat and eat. And like, one of the, I've talked about like sex and love addiction. I didn't want to do that while I was like in the middle of all of this stuff either. And so, and then it's like everything else. It's like it works until it doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
But I think it goes back even to your intro, right? In search of balance.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? How do we find balance in these other coping skills, right? Because essentially what I view switching addictions, right, is I used to use drugs and alcohol to cope with things. Now I have to find other ways to cope. And so now I'm using caffeine, food, exercise, TV, social media as coping skills.
One of my other intentions always is awareness. I used to ask for acceptance, but I changed it to awareness, because I think that, like, I don't, if I'm walking through this life kind of asleep, then of course I'm not paying attention, and it's like, and just trying to stay present as much as I can, which is not always an easy thing to do, but just being aware. And I don't want to have it be that like with your situation, I don't recognize it until I see me, and I don't recognize me.
Is that what you think happened?
No.
That's true. That's what happened.
Is that what you think happened? I just one day was like, oh shit.
Yeah, but do you know what I'm saying? It's like,
I do know what you're saying.
It's like, because obviously, like, I feel like we need to pay attention to our bodies.
Yeah.
And give ourselves grace, because like I was saying, it's like, save your ass and worry about how big it gets later, especially on the food front. Like, because I can't all of a sudden, like one day, it's a process when you decide to stop or make a change. Mm-hmm. And like, I feel like you go through what you have to go through. Yeah.
And I also want to normalize that it's not, number one, it's not uncommon, right? There's the assessment study from 2011 that found like 65 to 70% of people who are in like recovery will have some type of switch in their addiction. Yeah. It's like the same thing with relapse, right? Like, I think it's something, I forget what the number is, but it's actually quite high. It can be as high as like 60% that there's going to be some type of relapse, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm sharing that to say that, yeah, it's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's like to the point of like having some grace for yourself, right? I was also thinking about kind of like the common switches. So like there's I think like the common switch for people with I think alcohol is like sex and love. Like substances. For meth, it's sugar.
Oh yeah. Well, because it's
alcohol workaholism. Sorry, it's alcohol to workaholism or compulsive caretaking.
Oh yeah.
What were we gonna say?
No, I was gonna say it's like it's really tough for like if crystal meth was your thing, because like I wasn't like I know for a fact I wasn't eating. Like my first 2 weeks in treatment, I gained all the weight I had lost over the years.
Yeah.
It's like it was like, and what was interesting is like you gain it fast, and this wasn't connected to that, so. That's where the dysmorphia came in or whatever, but I wasn't changing anything. I'd be sitting up at night eating that last bite, full crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Oh God, I feel that. I
think there's a lot of other things people get into too, right? Like, I think people like the drama, right? So like
drama,
like just being involved, trying to get involved, wanting to be in it but not be in it, right? So they're because I think for me too, right? Using was such a dramatic time of my life. I normalized that if there wasn't drama, then something was wrong, right? So I try and seek that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like
it can be very stimulating.
George's life, he's like on Love and Hip Hop.
I'm not here to make friends. Such a good point, right? Like the behavioral addictions, or rather like the process addictions, because drama can be very stimulating,
and it causes some of your character defects to be highlighted, to be kind of like on fire. Like I was thinking initially, like when you first asked that question, I was thinking about control.
Oh yeah.
Control, like, because I find myself like I feel like there's this little me inside of me trying to, I'm trying to do, and something else is controlling me. And I'm thinking, no, this is not what I had in mind.
That's so interesting. Yeah. What you're making me think of is, actually I had this conversation with my therapist. Like when I am not like very well resourced, that is to say, like I'm not sleeping, I'm feeling extra vulnerable. It's like when my character defects start to show up, like I start to kind of get in my head and overly kind of concerned with what other people are thinking about me, and just kind of like all the things that typically keep me together start to fall apart. Like I start to
And for some of us too, service.
As an addiction, or
as an addiction.
Oh God.
Well, because it's like all of a sudden it's like
there's visibility.
Exactly. And thriving this attention thing. We were talking about that. I'm not talking about anybody in particular. But we've all gone through it. I know I have.
Attention?
No, wanting the attention, wanting to be the center. Like I've been at conferences, or I've been in situations where I see other people doing the work and whatever, and then the next year I'm like, I'm up there because I want that, and it's a good thing. But it's like again, going back to the whole balance, finding a like.
Yeah, go ahead, Jordan.
I mean, it sounds like for me and others, right? Seeking that validation, right? And getting it wherever I can, right?
It's
and
like
being
a hit,
addicted.
Like the dopamine stuff that we were talking about before.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of sex and love addiction.
Yeah.
Is like validation. You can be addicted to validation, so you're constantly seeking validation.
Right. And so you get folks who are like, I'm going to do recovery, I'm going to do great, I'm going to do all the service, like, look at me.
Yeah.
I'm doing all the things to get that validation.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. I get that. Yeah.
He's all, eat the mic, bitch. Eat the mic.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think like we've talked about this too before about like people will be in rehabs and like they start to get booed up with other people.
I know. It's like, and I'm so bad. It's like, I've gotten in trouble because I'm all, so where's your new rehab boyfriend? I'm like,
oh my God. I mean,
that's a real thing.
Yeah. Well, in early recovery, I was just kind of like,
everybody falls in love.
Yeah. In early recovery, it's just another big feeling. You know what I mean? It's just like another high. It's like anything to not be in my own head, anything to not have my own feelings. And like for the service thing too, I think that's really interesting because it's a really good example of how with addiction we're operating in extremes.
Oh yeah.
Right? It's like, I'm going to do service, but not only am I going to do service, but I'm going to do so much service, and everything I do is going to be like, it's kind of like the people who do sweeties, but they show up with like a bouquet, like it's like this
edible arrangement.
Yeah, like an edible.
it's like that being. It's like what I was saying, being asleep or not being aware. It's like I'm throwing myself so far into almost like caring. So, like you said, caring so deeply about other people that I'm not paying attention to my thing. Yeah. Because and one of the blessings the first few times I went through the steps is I had a sponsor who was able to kind of say, you know what, don't just dismiss you as being not motivated or a procrastinator or just not caring. These are heavy issues. These are things that you probably thought you were never going to have to address. 100%. And now you have to, and they're kind of heavy. And so maybe what's happening is I'm doing what I know how to do. And what I know how to do, since I can't drink or use, is find something else that'll help me to kind of numb myself or check out.
I love that. like for this conversation, I love that as an arc, right? Because part of what is like amazing about recovery is that although it feels really shitty in the beginning, and it can feel shitty kind of like throughout sometimes, right? It's filled with so much possibility, right? And the reason why it's filled with so much possibility is like, yes, you've never been in this situation before, but there's something really beautiful that happens when someone gets past it, right? Like having conflict and like learning how to get through that conflict, or having a demanding job, but like not drinking and using, but now you have like a community of people that you can talk to, right? So there's just, and then the other thing that I find, at least in my experience, is that the more time that I got, like I was discovering really cool things that I was into, or like having experiences that I wasn't like expecting to have.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think one of the amazing things, like what you said about the longer that I'm here, I change how I view, like the things in the beginning that I used to view as overwhelming. Like there are no big deals today.
That's right.
There are no big deals. They're only big if I make them out that way. And because I'm no longer that same person who is actively looking for the same level of drama, I can sit with things. Like I was telling someone who was going through, I ran into him at Market in Castro, and he was talking about what is that?
What is it? What? Yeah.
No, he was
Use
having
your words. 2 words.
So
1
he
syllable.
was having.
Okay.
He was having. I haven't had him in so
Film?
long. What happens when you're cravings?
Oh,
Oh, we got there.
I know. It was a struggle. No, he was having cravings, and I said, you know what? Maybe this is a perfect opportunity for you to understand it. Sometimes you just need to sit with him.
riding
You
the
don't
wave.
have to act on him.
Riding the wave.
You got to ride the wave, because this too, like everything else, shall pass.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so much easier said than done.
Absolutely.
No, it is, but it's like it's like sometimes that's all I can do is offer that. What am I supposed to do? Sit with you 24 hours a day?
Give him some
Yeah.
candy. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, this one didn't need candy.
Okay. Oh my God, Lewis. I'm so glad we don't have an HR
I said she was
department.
hyper.
I had to report your
She was
ass.
hyper.
Oh, okay. One of the so in early recovery, like I was very I had such a chip on my shoulder.
I know I would have been fired a long time ago.
Yeah, you would have been fired a long time ago. You would have been past your warning.
Pass the pip.
But I remember talking to Krylon in early recovery. I think we had an appointment and she forgot, and I called and I was like trying really hard not to be upset, but my aggravation was coming through. And she says to me, Anthony, there are no big issues.
Yeah.
There are no big problems.
Exactly.
And I was like,
well, okay.
what do you mean? But it's true. It's true. Feelings will come and go.
They will.
Cravings will also come and go.
my question.
What's your question?
It's so cute. He always has questions.
I
What's
always
your question?
questions. How do you work on your awareness? Like to
Yes.
to go back to what you're saying, right? You want to be aware. You want to aware of looking for balance for these addictions that we're switching.
Yeah.
How do I work on my awareness?
I think we slow down.
You slow down. It's like I think it comes to listening. It's that whole prayer and meditation piece, like, and to oversimplify it or to simplify it. I'd say prayer is the talking and the meditation is just listening. I think like surrounding myself with people that I care enough about to change, to want to change. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I always talk to my sponsees about like, do you value the relationship? If you don't, then why are you going to do anything to kind of modify it? But I mention that because if the people that I care about are telling me through their words or even through their actions when they steer clear of me, then that is, so I've got to pay attention. You got to pay attention to everything. It's more than, it's all the different signals.
Absolutely. And I say slow down because I think that, one thing that my sloth sponsor told me is like, if it's urgent, it's not sober.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why I say slow down is because you can't get in trouble if you're like sitting in place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not, I'm not suggesting that people kind of like sit in their heads or whatever, but like, when
sometimes
when the big feeling comes, like when the craving comes, like, yeah, you can find other ways to like sit with it.
Go to bed, go to sleep.
Yeah.
I used to do that.
You don't want to do that.
I'm going to sleep because I can't do anything.
Yeah, but the point is like not to feel like every feeling and thought or craving you have, like it's something that you have to run with, right? Like sometimes it's about being in the company of like people you love, or
Absolutely.
It's just like these little things. Because I was thinking about this the other day, is that recovery is difficult. In my opinion, the most difficult part is just that initial action. Because for me, that was like the hardest part, is like, how do I just do that?
Easiest thing you ever.
Yeah, and all it is just, it's just like a,
exactly.
all right, I'm not going to make that call. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to send that text. I'm not going to walk down that street, right? So you're going to do something else.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Sounds like constipation.
Yeah. Is that what you sound like?
Yes.
So yeah, that's a great question. How about you? How would you do it?
Yeah. What have you been doing?
What have I been doing?
What hasn't worked?
What hasn't worked?
I want to hear both.
Okay. So what hasn't worked is, I think, just for me, acknowledging like, oh, I'm eating a lot of sugar today, and then keep eating sugar, right?
Stop shaking the table.
I think acknowledging it is one thing, right? But then doing something different about it, right? And that also goes like for my relapses as well. It's like there was a point where it's like, oh, I relapsed. Okay, let's keep going. Like instead of acknowledging it and sitting with that. Yeah.
I always say it's like, I'm not interested in harshing anybody's buzz. And what I mean by that is like, I understand what you're saying about like acknowledging it, but not continuing it. Just trying to do it a little different the next time.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning like when I'm in it, because if I eat a whole bag of candy and then I'm upset about it, I can't do anything about it. So we'll finish that fucking bag.
Yeah. Right.
But it's like I'm all the awareness of it is, I think the awareness of it is I see this as something I don't want to do. I think that's healthier than just doing it and not thinking about it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're bringing it to, because whether you know it or not, I feel like it's even that act of acknowledging it is the beginning of rewiring, because it's like at some point you're going to say this is not okay. You may be in the pre-contemplative stage when you say that, but it's like
that's
it takes away, and it takes an exhibit. Also, I think that it's important to note that change is not just going to happen magically.
That's right.
It's gonna take a little bit, and even if it doesn't seem like it's happening, it's starting.
Yeah. And in the slowing down, going back to what we were saying earlier about there's some issue around regulation, right? It's asking ourselves like, what is it that I need right now, right? And typically, when we want to run to a substance, it's like I'm uncomfortable, and it's just kind of digging a little deeper. Well, what's making me uncomfortable? I feel lonely, or what else can it be? Like I'm overwhelmed, I'm stressed out, right? Like all of that is information, and like if we can get down
in fear,
oh gosh, and fear, fear is such a big one, and all its many faces.
Oh, absolutely, and it's so weird. It shows up in
not being enough. You're like you're not good at your job. And that's the other thing too, is like if you have some mental health stuff going on too, like depression or anxiety, it's really easy to. I shouldn't say easy, but not uncommon for that to kind of like paint how you see the world, and then you kind of take that as a reason to drink or use.
That makes me think of like the importance of like taking an inventory, right? Like maybe I can't change that I ate the whole bag today, or that I got pissed off when I was driving today, right in the moment, but I could process it at the end of the day.
It's data.
And
that 10-step work.
10-step work. Yeah. It's data. All it is data. That's what we say to people at work.
And treat it as such. Because I think unfortunately sometimes we we use it to vilify ourselves.
Oh,
That's right.
100%.
Beat ourselves up.
I do
and
that
it's like,
all the
I'm
time.
okay, I did that. I didn't want to, whatever.
Yeah.
I still
It's
do that.
information, we that's what I like about the 10th step. Thank you for bringing that
Yeah.
up is we try not to get into sick morbid reflections
Yeah,
about things. It's
exactly.
like, yeah, this is a thing that happened. What do I want to do tomorrow?
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about that, Jordan, is that there've been I've been doing it around food, and I'm like, okay, tomorrow I won't eat like this, and then the next day comes, and I'm like, all right, Anthony, this is where you are. This is where you are. We're not going to be tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow, right?
And I think that is healthier than in that moment.
Hating yourself.
Because it's like, if I'll be selling myself up the river or selling myself short because like I'm the one that gets to decide. I'm the one that gets to decide what's good, bad, and I don't even want to put that kind of I don't want judgment on it. I don't want to
Give yourself grace.
Give yourself grace. Be nice to yourself.
Yeah.
No need to be your own worst enemy, as they say.
Well,
let's ruffle the papers into the mic.
Okay. The Castro Country Club is a safe and sober community center for all people and a refuge for the LGBT recovery community.
Yeah.
Ruffle more papers. Come on, ruffle it. Ruffle it. Oh my goodness. Ooh, we're a little too excited.
Yeah. We provide programs and services that help change lives by supporting personal growth.
Our vision is to reduce the suffering of addiction by connecting people to community opportunity and support.
You can find more information, including all the ways to contact us at www.castrocountryclub.org/podcast.
And catch new episodes every Monday as they're released.
Every Monday morning.
Yes, exactly. And Brandon's been doing an amazing job.
Yeah, thank you, Brandon.
Thank you,
Thanks, Brandon. You're a rock star.
Shout out to Brandon.
Everybody make good choices.
We love you.
Bye.